Hello, all my beautiful nail friends. Hope you are all doing well. Today, I am bringing you a full Sparkle & Co. mani. Ever since I saw the December sub bag from Sparkle & Co., I absolutely knew with my whole entire heart that I had to get Royal Phenomenon on my nails. Like, immediately. It is stunning, packed full of fine glitters and shimmer, and it is just absolutely to die for. I'm also going to use these Flakies that they sent in the sub bag. I wanted to use them. They're beautiful, like a chameleon flaky. They look like the same flakes that are in one of the other dips, Aurora Borealis, but I didn't want to do a whole nail, so I decided to do just a simple negative space freehand color block, and I'm going to use the Flakies as kind of an accent on that nail. So I also just showed you I am using Sparkle & Co.'s clear dip powder as well. And to round off all of these Sparkle & Co. products that I'm using, I'm also using their dip liquids, but more specifically their low odor dip base, which I have not used yet. So I thought this is as good a time as any, right? Might as well make it a whole Sparkle & Co. mani. So I'm going to start off doing a basic dip application on my thumb, index, middle, and pinky. So those are going to be the solid color. And then we'll get into the negative space color block a little bit later. I'm not going to talk too much about this process because it's pretty much the same process I always use, with the exception of the dip base being much slower drying than I'm used to. And I will come back in a few minutes to talk about that when I get to my second layer of this beautiful color. By the way, has anyone else had snow dumped on them? Like, we had a huge storm last night. School was canceled today. I didn't have to work. It was really nice. I've actually had a snow day today. But what I didn't enjoy was the shoveling and the cleaning off my car because I do have to work tomorrow. But it was a nice little day off. So I got to finish this voiceover and edit my video and all of those things a little bit sooner than I expected to. So that was a nice little surprise. I'm not really sure where you all are in the world, but if you got any snow today, let me know down in the comments because I'm curious. Did you get a foot of snow? Did you get a little dusting? No snow at all. I got about a foot. Yep, that was fun. My car looked like a snow pile when I got out there. So anyway, if you did get a snowstorm, I hope you were able to stay safe and warm and that you got to enjoy a little bit of a fun snow day too. This is where I wanted to hop in and talk a little bit about these low odor dip bases. A couple of weeks ago, I tested one for another company, and I still can't tell you who it was because they still haven't released the liquids yet, but the Sparkle & Co. dip base, the low odor one, is actually quite a bit slower drying than that one that I used. And I have to tell you, it was a bit frustrating in the sense that I'm used to working a lot faster and being able to, dip my pinky and then dip my other nails. And by the time I get back to my pinky, it's dry and I can brush off with a stiff bristled brush and move right along. That is not the case with this liquid. By the time I dipped all 4 nails and went back to my pinky, it was still wet. And not just a little bit wet, like gummy wet. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I probably could have dipped back into the powder and been done with it. Like, I probably didn't even need any more liquid because I don't know. But I did, just for consistency's sake, complete like my full routine. So I did go ahead and I brushed off with a softer brush, and I added another layer of the liquid and dipped again. And I'll be honest with you, even though it felt like maybe I was going to end up with a really thick nail, the consistency of the base is actually pretty thin. So it didn't really make the nail any thicker, which is good. I will say, it took some getting used to. I had to really think about what I was doing, which I'm not used to. I am so, like, when I start doing my dip application, I'm kind of like in a zone, and I know how my dip liquids behave most of the time, and I don't have to usually think too much about it. And this time I really had to make sure that I didn't go too quickly, that I let things dry a little bit, that I didn't use a stiff bristle brush like I normally would, which really bothered me, especially with the clear. Like, I don't know if I would want to use these liquids with a dark color, because when I use a clear dip powder over a dark color, I want to be able to really scrub that clear powder, like get all the excess off. And I don't think I could do that with these. Now, on the other hand, one thing that was really nice about using these slow drying liquids was that I could do this color block really easily, take my time placing my finger in the dip powder, and still have time to pour over the clear before it dried. So that was awesome, because I got a full coverage nail and I only had to dip twice, which sometimes with a faster drying liquid, when you're doing a color block like this, by the time you go to pour over the second color, your base is dry, and then you've got to add more liquid, and that was not the case here. So that was definitely a check mark in the pro column for these dip liquids. So anyway, getting back to what I did with this color block, as I did in my previous video where I did my New Year's Eve nails, I used one of my Micron pens, this one was purple, to kind of draw myself a little guide as to how far I wanted to dip my finger into the powder. It's just so that I don't dip it too far in or not far enough. You know, it wasn't a perfectly straight line. It was literally just a guide for my own eye. Many people can just dip right in and be fine. I need a little bit of help. So I just used the pen to draw out that guide, dipped my finger twice, and as I said, the liquid stayed wet long enough that I was able to pour the clear over. And now I am applying these gorgeous Flakies. I mean, they really truly remind me of Aurora Borealis and the Northern Lights. They're just, the chameleon shift in them is green to purple to kind of a pink. They're stunning. So I thought I'd do the color block, and then along the line where the two colors meet, well, the colors, I mean, it's clear and then it's, you know, Royal Phenomenon. But I just thought it would be a nice little accent on that accent nail. So that's what I ended up doing. A very simple, straightforward mani, but I really, really love the outcome. And this Royal Phenomenon, now I was really tempted because this sub bag has a lot of stuff in it that I love. Like, I loved Aurora Borealis with all of its chrome chameleon flakies. I loved the triple thermal, which it was really hard for me to not use the triple thermal, but I've seen a lot of other people posting their manis, and, you know, I wanted to do something a little different, and this purple just was calling to me. So I decided to just go for it, and I'm happy I did. I will be doing a mani with that triple thermal, though. It is stunning. So we'll get there. So yeah, that's about it. As far as the low odor dip liquids from Sparkle & Co., would I recommend them? I mean, yeah, I would, but with the disclaimer that you need to be prepared for the fact that it's going to dry very slowly. So you're probably going to need a little extra time and be a little bit extra careful about brushing off excess powder. But other than that, I mean, the smell isn't strong. I did not get dip flu from these liquids. I am having some residual leftover symptoms from a previous case of dip flu that I got from using a different product. But we won't get into that. That has nothing to do with the product itself. It's me and my sensitivity to it. So anyway, yeah, so I'm capping it clear. And I am going to activate all these nails. I'm going to file and buff off camera. And then I will be back for top coat. All right, now that the second activation is done, after I finished filing and shaping off camera, I am now going in with Sparkle & Co.'s Glossy 2.0. I have not used this top coat in quite some time. It was my go-to for a while, and I forgot how much I love this top coat. It is so shiny. Like, I've tried so many different dip liquids since I last used this one. And as much as I love them, geez, I forgot how beautiful this top coat is. Like, I mean, I've had this mani on for a couple days now, and these nails are still as shiny as the day I top coated them. Like, seriously, it's like glass. Just so shiny. So if you're looking for an incredibly shiny dip liquid top coat, give this one a try. It's definitely worth it. Anyway, now that I have finished that first layer, that quick 3-stroke layer of top coat, I'm going to go back in for my more detailed second coat, and I'll be back in a bit with cuticle oil and final thoughts. Here we are with our final product, and I could not be happier. I mean, it's a purple mani. What is there to not be happy about, right? I mean, it's my favorite color, so my little purple loving heart is singing right now. So to top off this all Sparkle & Co. mani, I decided why not use their cuticle oil too. This one is scented like Brownie Batter, and I believe that it was in the November sub bag. So, you know, the one with the, it was like an advent calendar one, 12 little packages. Yeah, it was in that one. Anyway, it smells really yummy and it does the job. So I am going to rub that in, give it a nice little massage into the cuticle area. And we are all done. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that you had fun hanging out with me while I did my nails. If you have any questions for me, or if you liked this video, comment down below or hit that like button and hit that like button. Don't do either or, do both. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out. Thanks for being here. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye now.